This is Divine Sunshine coming to you with an update for Twin Flames Connection, just to check in to see what is going on. This message is interesting. It's kind of had me a little puzzled. I had to sit with it for a while. If this is your first time being on the channel, thank you for coming and visiting. Thank you again. I am a spiritual coach and teacher. I am on the twin flame journey myself. So just so you know, I'm not one of those people that just pounding off and just looking, just saying, oh, I just think I'll do this today. So I'll give it a little time for some people to come because I understand with YouTube has not been giving notifications about what is that I'm on live. And so a lot of times some of the people say, I've missed it. Oh, this okay, you still going? Okay, all right, let me put you back in there. I thought you were going. Hey Mimi. That's my moderator. Yeah, so my moderator hostess with the mostest. Okay, so I got 4 people in here. So we could get started as long as I got a consciousness and I'm talking to somebody. And I could talk by myself. You could tell that I'm a talker anyway. So that don't really scare me either to be in here by myself. But I prefer to have the company of my divine sunshiners either in the lounge or watching as well. So, let's begin. So, I want to make this quick, if possible, but we always know what happens when you do that. It doesn't happen. So, okay. So, what's going on with the twin flame connection is, um, I'm feeling a bit of a stress going on the collective both ways. And please make sure that you did watch the video that I had talking about the divine masculine and divine feminine energies. I'm trying a different strategy with you guys in hopes that you're understanding that is no more focusing in on the twin flame about what I'm doing, which causes for the divine masculine to get in line, but more of an understanding is about defining you and make sure that you're okay and you're fine in the process of doing that. So I said, okay, I looked at both of them. So now it's time for me to connect the dots and let's see how are we doing together side by side in the 3D as far as our connections are being with our person. So the card that came out was unrequited love. Okay, so unrequited love here most of the time means it's not enough energy. So let's take it for a more positive spin. I can hear April say, let's take it more positive. And so I thought, oh my God, they not in love with the connection no more. They don't want no parts of it. We're not going to take it that way. I'm picking up, and I keep on hearing, and maybe I should retitle it too. Somebody's losing. Thank you, Vishon Divine. Somebody, we're losing steam. Okay. And I'm seeing it like a greyhound and a carrot being dangled in front. And it's like it's something about it's the stamina, it's the go-gettingness, it's the go like chugga 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 like again like little Thomas train. And something about that is like some of us like I'm chugging along, and as I'm chugging along, I'm like, why am I chugging? Why am I why am I chugging? I feel like I'm out here chugging by myself. And why am I chugging? So this is where we are. It's like, am I crazy? And I think I had kind of pretty much that moment myself too. It's like, am I crazy? Am I doing this for not? I don't see anything. And so when I pulled out the cards for some clarifications about what was going on, it was in the divine feminine energies here. um there's a thing here as far as this coming to the edge. This coming to the edge here energies is a little it's like, okay, I'm willing to do it, but it's like, okay, where am I going to fall to? This is what's happening with the divine feminine energies. I'm out here spreading love, and I know this concept of me coming to the edge about being in love with a person that no one can see. If you have that, or you have been in communication with the person, you are in communications, but they're in a situation, and it's like, why am I still out here? Still connecting to that. So again, it's a lot of kind of questioning. Okay, this is what I'm picking up from the cards, especially when they're saying about this card, this is going the distance. We talked about this the other day, which is again having stamina to be able to go ahead and cross the finish line. I told you a lot of times cheetahs are known to be great distance runners. They can run for long periods of time. I seen that on the thing that was talking about they can run 120 kilometers per hour as runners, so they can run really truly fast. So what it is to me is saying the divine feminine saying, listen here, I can do this, boo. I can do this all day. I mean, if I got something at the end of the day that you dangling and say I got you and it's guaranteed that I got you, boo, I can do this. But the thing is like when you do get there, are you going to lose steam? And this is where it is a question mark for the divine feminine energies. It's like, okay, I do it and then I get there and then what happens? Is it a possibility that somebody like cheetahs do, the hyenas, however how fast they are, and they do get the prey? A lot of times, sometimes the hyenas will come along and snatch it away. By that time, they're tired. They can't fight them because they didn't ran their, they done blow all the steam, all the things that's needed, excuse me, all the things that's needed in order for them to get to their destination. So this is something that's there. And again, maybe not seeing anything else, not seeing anything else that's around them. When I see this desert, they just know that they have hopes and dreams here because I see the stars represented here. So I got hopes and dreams and wishes, but I don't see no markers around. Because like when you're going on a trip, and a lot of times you can look around and somebody tell you, well, where you live? Where I live is the Amco station right there. And if you go past the Amco station, you done went too far. And you're like, okay, well, when I get this person's house, I already know they say they on the Amco stations on the corner. And if I pass the Amco station, I didn't went too far. So they either before the Amco station or whatever. And then you get to a place and you looking around and say, ain't no Amco station around here. Where in the world am I going? Okay, I must be on the wrong street. So this is where the divine feminine is feeling. She feels like there are no markers. Okay. In the divine masculine's energies, as well as in the connection there's a need of an exchange of energies. I did two powers, so that has to be. But again, there's a masking. Uh, I'm asking of emotions coming from the divine masculine's energies. So there's a big question mark there as well, because if you're masking your emotions, you're not being in your integrity. What's my word on the divine sunshine's neighborhood is integrity. So if you're not living in integrity, you can't really expect for these things to be honestly come to you, this flow of this exchange of what you want, just like the infinity side. I give and you give, and I give and you give. You're trying to think outside of the box. But to me, when I see this box here and they're in it, it's still like a music box. You're still waiting for somebody to come along to crank it up so you can be pop up and say surprise, or you sing the song or whatever like that. And you're still dancing to somebody else's tune. Why? Because you're not being honest. You're not being authentic. But you swear you're being flexible in it. Okay. The divine masculine knows here we're still in this kind of like fork in the road, the fork in the road kind of thing here, and the energies of the connection. So remember again that let's not just push it off as just the divine masculine and him in the 3D. Some of us, again, within ourselves and our divine masculine energies, we still have this fork in the road, especially when we're saying it's unrequited. So that means, again, let me break it down and back it up. So in the divine feminine energies that I just explained to you, that means spiritually, some of you all say spiritually, I'm ready to go on the edge. I'm ready for this union. I'm ready to do this. The edge flow, if you say, baby, if I know for certain in my spirit, in my shundo, that you at the end of it, I'm going to get my divine counterpart. Hey, I can run the distance. In your divine masculine energies, that means out there in your alphaness and your leadership, how you go get it energies. In the 3D, you're like, I need an even exchange. But again, might be doing this, I'm picking this up too. It feels like as if I do that, am I really being true to myself or am I lying to myself? Interesting, because I'm trying to be flexible out here now. I feel like I'm in the groove now. I'm trying to be flexible out here, but at the same time, am I lying to myself? Am I dancing to somebody else's tune? Am I really dancing in the tune that I'm supposed to be? Okay, so now I feel like we're right in the groove of the message. So right now in the divine masculine energies here, where it leads us here is this fork in the road. Like, which way should I actually go? Hey, baby David. Okay, yeah. Hi, Isha. Hi, Aisha. All right, there. ABC Playground on the playground. All right. So there's a fork in the road here. Okay. And in our divine masculine energies, we really want to stick a fork and say we done it with it. Okay, we want to stick a fork with it, like all this monkey business. I gotta choose an actual thing. What I'm gonna do? Am I all in or I'm all out? It's got to be one of the two. Like I said the other day, either you're gonna be able to get to a point that you forgive about what the divine masculine had did, or you're gonna be at the point that you're gonna say, you know what? Uh, I can't do it. Let me be honest with you. I can't. I can't remove it. I can't do it. And then you need to move on from there. So it's one of the two ways that you got to pick this fork in the road, because whatever it is here, I'm seeing it getting pulled. This direction is pulling you and saying this is something that has got to be done. Okay, so we got this llama here. I don't know what the llama represents. I'm going to look that up to see there, but I do know that is an ancient way of moving from one place to another, transportation to move you, that movement there. That's not the traditional way you would move there as well. But again, they have an owl there. Owl represents divine feminine energy, so spirit as well. So in your knowledge as well, as far as your spiritual intellect, that's what I would put, your spiritual intellect knows beyond. An owl knows. That's wise. It means wise beyond my years, wise beyond the illusion, wise beyond what I'm seeing. So this is what we have to do. We've got to take that, and it's interesting. It's on the back. So in the rear. So in the rear of it, I'm thinking of, and I know I remember I had somebody did a past regression session with a young lady. She's saying that it felt like some kind of hand was on the back of her, pushing her to go forward. So it's same thing behind that. Your spiritual intellect is behind all that stuff. It's saying, come on, let's get the lead out the behind. Let's go in the direction that we need to actually go. Also, we know that we are now in the divine masculine. We're trying to be flexible. He keeps on saying we're being flexible in our divine masculine energies, how we're showing up in the world. We swear we are being flexible. Matter of fact, I feel like I've been bending over backwards. This is how flexible about this new beginning that I want, that I'm really balancing everything foundational in on that new beginning, which is again, it has the color orange, which is the sacral, how to have this new beginnings with these good connections or these great connections or these healthy connections, and then also being able to manifest. But I see also whatever we're doing is flexibility is also getting this heart to turning, and is really causing movement within our heart chakra as well, is this flexibility. But also we got to stand on how we being able to communicate how this new beginning is. So that goes back to, again, how are we also telling ourselves, how are we seeing this, how are we doing it with intentionality, that we got is the hands are blue. So that to me lets me know that we've got to get a good handle. It goes back to that again. I think a couple of readings they had did that before. uh you got to get a handle, a good handle on these things. Got to get a good handle on it, because how you gonna get a handle is how you communicating, how you talking to yourselves. What I tell you yesterday, the other day about that, how you also communicating and telling about the connection, how you talking to yourself about the connection, how you talking to yourself about where you're going, you know, all those things. You've got to make sure you understand that, because in the divine masculine energies here, which means how we have not been in our leadership in the world, we truly want this milk and honey. But some of us is being nostalgic, because I see this elephant here being represented there. We want this milk. Milk represents nurture. I want to nurture myself. I said that the other day on that one about the nurturing aspect when we're talking about the divine masculine energies, or the divine feminine energies. And then also honey, which means sweet and smooth. We all, who doesn't want life to go that way? So sweet and smooth, and being nurtured and feel like you're cradled and you're comforted in all of this. So this is what we really want to put on the table. It's like, this is what I'm offering. I feel like the divine masculine says energies want to offer that, even in the roughness of life, of go-gettedness, which has that rough edge. You really want to smooth it over with that milk and honey. At the end of the day, out of all that hard work, you want that. Okay. And but at the same time, we understand that with the divine masculine energies, feel like some ways when it comes to emotions, we just kind of being bounced around, tossed around at sea. and we're looking at it looks like she's reading something. We're reading materials, we're looking at things, maybe videos or whatever, to help us, to guide us, to know which direction we are. And we also keeping our sights in the rear view mirror. Something about this rear. This is the second time about rear. So you got to get focused. Several things I would say about this rear. It keeps on saying the rear represents the past. The rear would be saying again, rear view mirror, saying about where we came from and where we're going, right? So again, we don't want to be backing it up and going back to that same spot again, but there is always knowledge. There goes that wisdom with that owl in knowing about where we came from too. And so that is a big thing that we have to keep focus on. You know, we don't dismiss the past, because if we dismiss the past, what's that famous saying is, lest we forget, which means if we forget, we doomed to what? To repeat back over again what we have done. So I pulled the cards already too as well. How I'm doing for time. Pulled the cards already as well for how we doing as far as our connections and feeling according to the divine feminine and divine masculine energies. Okay, so in the divine feminine energies, right now there is love. Okay, love is the main thing. So we really, the divine feminine energies in our spirituality, in our spirit within, what's going on, the energies within, wants this unconditional love, wants this self-love, this oneness, this passion and affection and attraction. That's what divine feminine spirit inside, that's what we're talking about. This energies are saying, not knowing if there's enough. Is there enough? I'm stressing over this, because also unrequited love card can also represent stress. And I think somebody talked about that last, and that's interesting. This came over. I told you my readings, they connect. They tell like a storyline. Like now we on chapter 2, or now we on chapter 3. Mine's link. Okay. And so with this, just like lessons. Okay, so this one here, unrequited love means stress. So I think a couple of you all said in the Sunshine Lounge, somebody was stressing, or the divine master is stressing, or their sacral was overactive. I've heard that too as well. When the sacral is overactive, that means your counterpart is stressing. If you feel like, ooh, I feel really like a little loosey goosey or whatever, I feel juicy down there, like I want to get me some, and it's like kind of things. I've heard that too as well. I've also known that there's thing of unrequited love also means reverse too as well. So right now the divine feminine feels that she needs to retreat. Okay, so time alone in nature will help you recharge. So I would say for the divine feminines out there, try to, I know it's hard, but you know what, spring is coming upon next week. I know here in the shy in Chicago, the temperatures vary. Sometimes we have 50s, we have 60s. And so then, you know, there's some times that you could be able to go out there and experience. If you can't, hey, YouTube has a plethora of beautiful things. You see that even on my when I do the playground experience. Thank you. They're saying do this. So on the playground experience, you see me having the background like different nature. They have nature scenes with beautiful, nice, calming music in the background. You know, close the door, turn the lights out, leave your leave your screen on, your TV screen with that playing in the background, where you just meditate and see that. That will be another way in which we'll be able to get you in tune with nature. Hear sounds, water, birds chirping. They got everything on the plethora of YouTube. So that will help you to be able to recharge your battery as well. Okay. Next thing, know this, that this relationship is fated. This is a destined partnership. No matter how things are looking on the outside, we've got to this point, and I'm talking to the awakened, because this is what I really want to call it, a new thing, woke nation. I'm talking to the woke nation out here. I ain't talking to the people that I don't know, I ain't familiarized. I don't want to really keep on, for me, and since we are very sensitive, we got to watch who we energetically are linking up to. So I don't want to link up to, and you say, oh, and she got a little kind of attitude about herself, but I don't. I don't want to link up my energies with those of them are not in the woke. You're not woke and you still trying to find out which way you're going. Then there is a thing of, there's an issue there, because again, I want those, I'm speaking now to my platform now, is to speak to the ones that are woke. It is no more about I'm kind of wishy-washy, I'm not too sure about where I'm going as far as union with self. Okay, because you should always know that's what you want. So right now, to the ones that are woke nation, understand that this partnership is destined. Okay, This is a destined partnership, which means, again, not take the divine masculine off the table as the 3D form, where they're female, cute as can be, or masculine, handsome as who know what, 6'3". My thing is, you are looking for partnership within yourself first, okay? With yourself. So if this is a faded relationship that you are having with yourself, this is faded because, again, you came here as a sovereign being, cleared table, a cleared off slate. You're starting off, and your thing is when you came here clear, but again, the process is for you to come back to that over again, because when we come here we get all inundated with a lot of stuff. Okay, so now it really was me, not you. What I see with this card here is several things. When we're talking about in divine feminine energy spiritually, it's like the spiritual song that they say, "It's me, O Lord, standing in the need of prayer." It's not you, it's really me that needs to work. It doesn't matter about how we're looking at it. And I know I was watching somebody else's video, and it pretty much tailors on this again. When it comes down to it, this simply put, and I'm not going to keep on going around in circles about that, it comes down to you. It's not you, it's me. When we talk about in the connection of your divine feminine and divine masculine energies, is, again, you have to look at self. Okay, so I'm not going to go on and on about that one. Okay, and so it says, you are never far from my mind. Okay, so in this connection, we've got to, in the divine, in our spirit, we know that our counterparts, when we're talking about them, is not very far from our mind. They're always on our mind. Rather, we push them out and say, "I ain't thinking about you, I ain't studying about you," but you are. They are there because they are you, you are them. And they're always energetically going to be sending some kind of signal to you to let you know, "Hey, I still exist over here. I let you rest for a little while. You didn't see I bothered you." And they're like, wham, whoosh, whole bunch of energy comes back from it and say, "Oh, where was you at?" Well, even when you retreat, they'll give you a little time. You can tell them, "Listen, hey, I need time out." You can send that to them 50 or 3D. And then after a while, they'll come a little bit, send you a little song. I said, "I thought I told you I was on retreat." Somebody didn't get the message. Then, their name flash across the TV. Say, I told you to leave me alone, didn't I? And then next thing you know, it's something else there. You reading something, their name is up there, the songs, the reading, somebody remind you of them crossing the street. And then it starts coming back and they say, "I'll be damned, he's about to come back on the scene again." I can tell this already. I know the pattern. Here you go. Then you get the text or the phone call, say, "Hey, what's happening? What's up? Hey, you," or whatever. I got a chime when the chime is divine. So I'm telling somebody's story out there for Woke Nation. So yes, so that happens. So we know that they're not never far from our mind. Spirit wants me to go back again to say that again. Sometimes, again, we need to really get to the point to the divine masculine, being honestly in the 3D, because they won't let me go. They say, "Go back to this card and put another caveat or another footnote on that." Is that we need to truly get to the point, that Ho'oponopono prayer, of a forgiveness about our part in what we did. Okay, and I have been there, and I told you that as well. Some of these things that we were saying, again, is the divine masculine, it's all him. He need help, he needs healing. But again, don't forget about looking at self too, because some of that stuff is not all of them. Some of the things we're working on too as well. Okay. All right, for the divine feminine, some of you all in your emotions, you are experiencing sadness right now. Okay, sadness about there's no kind of exchange. Where's the energies? It's not enough. What's going on? You stressed out about that, and it brings a certain amount of sadness too for the divine feminine energies. When we look at the for as far as a connection, so there's a conflict here for the divine feminine energies here. We know it's some nostalgia. Some of you all have been tied up into the past as well, and then we understand that you want to remain open to the divine masculine. You want him to really truly be focused, and you want him to really on his mind while he's thinking about it, and you think about things on minds. A healthy relationship, a healthy bond, a healthy connection. That's where you want to, and you want in your thinking to always stay in your heart space. This is where you want to be. You feel, some of you all feel like it's always, you talk about the exchange of energies. Some of you all are saying, well, it's always seems like I'm pleasuring you. It's always seemed like it's about you. Okay. So this is something that we in the connection, we've got to work on that we always seem like we're serving the outside, the physical world, or how we're being in leadership and that go getter, but we're not really feeding the needs of the divine feminine, what's going on in the spiritual. For the next card here, we have here for when we're talking about the connection as well. Again, this time we want the divine masculine. This is 13. This is a death. So again, we want an ending. So we got to end something to begin something, because we want the divine masculine in this thought process to really stay. Both of you all stay in your heart space when it comes to this connection. You want to stay in your heart space, and the divine feminine in her energies wants to make sure that on her mind is always thinking about the healthy connection, about how this is going to work, how this is a healthy partnership here. So that's something. But both of you all are wrapped up into green, and you're sitting on top of this camel, and camel to me represents spirit. It also represents the way in which you are traveling, the mobility and the movement of your connection. It's always saying that it's based upon spirit, because camels could go a long time without food, because their humps is able to store the fat and whatever in the humps, but they cannot go a long period of time without water. Water represents spirituality. So again, in the spirit, you understand that in order for this to have movement, it's got to be based upon spirit. For the divine man, you had a lot. The divine masculine didn't have a lot of talk. The spirit, the divine feminine, you did. You understand, to me, it's got to be equal balance here. This got two of cups here. Equal balance here. Okay. Both of us reaching for the same goal. Both of us got the same understanding, because we got soul to soul meeting contact there. That means soul to soul. Our feet planted on the ground. Our foundation is the same, at least, although the other ones might be, our foot might be, you know, um, the way we position and the way we have our movement, or putting our right foot forward, our left foot forward, might be different, but we still at the same time, when it comes to it, that's right and that's left, we still have an understanding of a connection there, and that could goes with that infinity sign too there. The divine masculine also feels like, again, she feels like she wants the divine masculine to put that defensive down, because I see the shield and the sword laid down. Okay. Also with the divine, now this is interesting, this is hangman. This divine feminine understands that right now what's going on with the connection, that the divine masculine and their feet are tied, but they are understanding it's tied, but there's no, they can't move right here, but they got seem like in some ways control of where they are. But this is interesting, because it could be hangman. It's not, this to me don't seem like the situation's got control of them. They understand they have a control of where they are, and they're not being able to move at this moment. I believe here, when I look at this, the movement, and they bring it to me as well, that the movement that's happening is not being able to move is divine. I'm hearing it's just not time yet. It's some things that we still got to get ready. It's some still things that we got to get prepared for in order to be able to have truly this union here. The divine understanding that when it comes into the world here, that is truly the masculine is uplifting the divine feminine here. So this is what I see. He still got to get in his mind. So this is about the third card that came up with it. So divine feminine really feels like the divine masculine got to get his head on straight when it comes to this connection and building relationships. Something about the divine feminine keeps on saying, when I look at you, divine masculine, uh, when it comes to relationships, it is not a healthy outlook. Okay, and so in order for us to really do this thing called union, we gonna have to, this mind got to get right. Okay, so this is about the third card here that had orange hat on, which is again, and how you manifested things. That got to get straight too as well, because orange sacred represents manifestation too as well. So that's got to get cleaned up as well. Okay, and so for the divine feminine energies, we have, there's a tower. Okay, now this tower here that's being sent here, I see rain here, so I'm hearing the song "Rain Down on Me." Let the Spirit rain on me. Just so they, although that was SWV, but they also have I know a spiritual gospel thing took that and made it that God and source was giving raindrops and dropping it on them, you know, just give me some rain, give me some prosperity, some abundance by that, bless me with that. With that go water again, so that water, that keeping in the flow, understanding that spirit, that spirituality, this flow, which lets me know that this tower here is a tower that's not like, you know, it's slap y'all upside your head and knock you off your ass kind of a tower. It's a tower that spirit said, in order for me to change things, this is a divine tower that's been sent, not like a karmic tower that you all said. But you know what, at the end of the day, they bring it to me, they say, what's the difference? Because it's all a tower that's bring about to make you change. Okay, that is true, but we let you know that sometimes this is one of, again, that is a tower the spirit is sending. Okay, so here you have here the divine feminine here in her energies, feeling as if she wants to be in her sacral again. The sacral she has here, she's been self-love, because I see also the breast is being exposed there too as well. This one has yellow here, which lets me know even in this tower that's going to be sent to what's going on in the background. This tower, now this tower is in the background, so this could have also had already happened in the past, and because of this tower, this actually has happened, this calls for a blessing to fall on the divine feminine and the divine masculine here as well. So it helps him to get into the, because his cap is actually yellow, so it helps him to get into his power, because that again, that represents the solar plexus there as well. And the divine feminine here is helps her to stay in, be able to understand, to receive him being in his power and his authority, so she could be able to have that healthy, be in a place of a healthy connection when it comes to seeing her divine masculine. Because like I said, a lot of times, sometimes we don't. I see orange there, so she's going to be comfortable in the sacral, which is again about the connections and manifesting things in this relationship, and then being able to be comfortable in the comfort zone of her ability to stand in her authority as to who she is too as well. When it comes to the divine masculine energies, he didn't talk too much in the other end, but he did at the beginning. He did for that one, which is here where we're talking about divine masculine energies is passion. Okay, so he's saying that insane chemistry, like each other, equally having fun. Now I'm glad to see this up here for the divine masculine energies. That means out there in the world. So again, that means with this card, you know, you can stop clutching your pearls, your proverbial pearls, because he's saying here that he's in it to win it. It's just that, is there enough? I got passion, to boot. Okay, I want this. He said it's insane chemistry. I love that. It's insane chemistry. That's that Beyonce crazy love, you know, that drunk love, you know, all that stuff. So this right here, you said, no, boo, don't get scared. I'm not saying that I don't want you. I'm not saying it. It's enough passion, and with this passion, I don't want to end the day to present myself and then you're not there. Understand the next card he's got is paradise. Oh snap, you talking, you saying all the right words here. So in the divine masculine energies, say it's you are the happiness, it's expansion, joy, playfulness, oneness, enjoying each other. He wants that. He knows that that you are his joy. You are my pride and joy. What's that though? That's Marvin Gaye. Yeah, that's what it is. Palm tree. Now, when I think of palm tree, you talk about retreating, and he talk about taking a vacation. Palm tree, stability, security, permanence, growth, endurance, flexibility. They go that thing over again, flexibility, and that came out on the feminine side. No, that was on the masculine side again. Him thinking that again in the energies of being flexible. But again, stability is like, okay, I'm building myself, I am planning myself into this. Getting to the point here, like it says with the divine masculine energies, is saying not today. Not dealing, not today. Say not dealing, hurt, avoiding a conversation, call person boundaries, and still angry. Okay, so uh in his communications with whomever that he is talking to. And didn't I say about communications earlier? I thought I did. If I didn't, okay, in the communications here, something that divine masculine is still not dealing with. If a chime is divine, so he's still not dealing with it. He still might be trying to make peace with some things. He still is not confronting things. He's still seeing it. That goes back to this exchange thing again. I'm still dancing around to somebody else's truth, and I'm still not being my thing. When I look at this, I think about this person in the divine masculine might be getting himself lost into work. To say, hey, I'm busy now, I can't talk right now. This is where they are, and they're not dealing with a conversation that needs to be had. Okay, here we go. Here's not enough. So this is causing a blockade too, as well, for the divine masculine. We talked about that in the divine masculine energy. Some kind of way they feel like they are not enough. We said that before. So they're frustrated in a relationship, lack of confidence, self-sabotage, fear, ego issues, and jealousy. Which this lets me know to me is they're doing a lot of self-sabotage, a lot of divine masculine energies within this. Again, this questioning: is there enough? Is there enough? Don't go by the illusions. Go past the illusions, because in that, excuse me, if you keep on looking at, that's false evidence appearing real. That's nothing but fear. So this fear and ego, and this ego is like, nah, you just keep on doing what you're doing. Stay where you at, because right now this is a sure thing. You going over there. I don't know if that's a sure thing. And already the cards had already said that you are their paradise. You are really something stable. So they need to look at, they say, mirror. So right now, divine masculine energies, it says there you're that we are divine feminine, divine masculine energies. We're mirroring each other. That is true. We already said that it might not be. We thinking, both of us are thinking it might not be enough. We want to do it, but really at the end of the day, are you going to be there at the end of the finish line waiting for them? So they're on this self-image. That's that ego again for the divine masculine. Relationships reflect our wounds, introspection. So right now the divine masculine has to deal with, and that's why we got that pause for the cause. It has not came together yet. Is because we've got to look at these wounds here. These wounds are still there. And I think I said that the other day too when I did the reading. I said they're talking about these wounds. These wounds have got to be dealt with as well. If you did not see it, please make sure you go back and you look at the channel message that I had did for, was it the divine masculine, on yesterday as well. Here go the mask, and here's the mask. Mask was in this. What did I say about not being able to live your truth? So if you can't unmask, not showing their true feelings, hiding personality, pretending, deluding, and gaslighting, my Lord. So they're around there, love bombing, gaslighting, making think people they ain't seeing what they seeing because they don't know their own truth. Let's go back to that guy for Married at First Sight. If you didn't watch the show, see it, Chris, and how he in between the two people. I talked about that, and he don't know which one he want. But in 1 minute he talk about the other young lady. If you leave me, I'm gonna chase after you. And next minute he talk about, but I'm gonna marry my baby mama. Okay. Wait, okay, I'm confused. Okay, which one you gonna do? No, I don't want my baby mama. Now my baby mama don't want me. So I'm gonna concentrate on you. We gonna have a reset. We gonna try again. But in the next minute, I just bought my baby mama a Mercedes Benz because I can have my baby mama out here on the bus. And since she raising a king or queen, I don't know which one it is. I gotta buy her Mercedes Benz. Like, whoop, wait a second. We married, but you just did that, but you didn't ask me, but you gonna tell me after the fact. So that's again, but I'm still concentrating on you. I won't have Bible study with you, but I'm still concentrating on you. That's something. Watch Married at First Sight. You know what I'm talking about. I'm just giving you highlights. So that's a brother there. There's gaslighting. Hey Lauren, hey, there go my niece. That's right there trying to gaslight her, saying woo woo, all of this, and making her think like I'm in the winner with this marriage, although they married each other at first sight. But at the same time, he just went and bought a Mercedes Benz for the baby mama. Okay, moving on. Next, gaslighting. So here, the divine masculine need to have is some boundaries, some firm boundaries are needed now. So let's not even talk about the in the 3D. We talk about even ourselves and divine masculine energies within ourselves. We need to have some firm boundaries. How are we almost somewhere within us that inner Chris that's on Married with First Sight. 1 minute we love bombing, we all down for the twin flame connection, and the next minute we like, nah, I'm over here with 2.0. I'm gonna turn my head. I ain't gonna look at you. I'm for this mission. I'm gonna do this mission. I'm gonna write this book. Next minute, I don't know. This is gonna be a fabulous book. This is gonna be the book of all centuries. This is gonna be a New York seller. And the next minute say, I ain't got time for the book. I think I'm gonna I'll just forget it. I don't know what I was thinking. So how are we even gaslighting ourselves? We gotta put boundaries up. No, I'm not gonna go for this. What? No sunshine, no more. We said we want this book. We gonna go ahead and do this book. Okay. We said we want to create this online course. We're gonna create this online course. And we're not gonna take any kind of excuses that come along with that. You got to put boundaries on yourself too, as well. That's boundaries as well. No, you didn't accept every excuse. You always come up with excuses not to do this. You got this. But I do things, they don't come. But I do this, but still build the foundation. Like they say, field of dreams. They will come. Even if they don't, you accomplish what you said. You said you was going to create an event. Hey, that's it. Or you said you're going to do a book. Hey, you did that. Lo and behold, you've seen that with a lot of famous people say, I've created a book. Did nobody read it? Did nobody buy it? And then later on, they make their transition or they die. Sucker blow up. Afterwards, like you look it up and say, and you, if you were in that shoes, you're like, why y'all didn't buy the book when the person was alive? Now you get what they saying now. Now you buying the book. So it's the same thing, but that doesn't mean anything because it wasn't time. Sometimes we're before our time, and sometimes it takes time for people to catch up to where we are. But we got to do healthy boundaries here. Okay. The divine master here said he's still feeling. I'm still trying to find myself. Yeah, amen. Yes, we are, especially when it comes to the world, especially if we're falling bodies, got the mask on, and we're going by what everybody else is saying. And a lot of times, divine masculine energies always, in some ways, rely on, I can say always, but I'll be nice, is relying on what other people are saying to validate who they are. Am I doing right? Okay, if I got this book and I got so many 100 orders there, then that lets me know I'm on the right path. Well, that does not mean all the time now. What does it say for you? What do you say? You the number one critic. So that's something that you have to kind of look at and see there as well, that you find yourself. I can't give up on my responsibilities right now. That goes back to this card here with the divine masculine and divine feminine say, I see you. We want this. You want to carry me. You want to behold me. You want me. But at the same time, we can't have no forward movement because you're still tied to this thing. So you have to ask yourself again, what is it that you want to do it, but some kind of way you're saying I'm responsible for it. I want to start the 30-day transformational program, but I can't because all this stuff is happening to me, because of COVID. I got taken the kids and this and all this other kind of stuff. And now it didn't stop me. I was about to start the 30-day program. I ain't talking about nobody. I was about to start the 30-day program, but now I got X, Y, and Z didn't happen to me. So I'm gonna have to push it off to the side. Okay, well, again, life is gonna happen. Life happens. Okay. But at the same time, you got to get to the point that you say you want it enough. That goes back to this about this going the distance. This is what the divine feminine say. I'm scared. I will go the distance. Are you gonna be there at the end of the day, at the finish line? So the divine masculine here in this energy say about his emotionally is again relief. He wants relief. How do you spell relief? Oh, what relief it is. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz. Oh, what a relief it is. So plop, plop. Plop, plop mean you got to drop something. What is that? Alka-Seltzer Plus. Thank you. Somebody sent it to me. I got you. Thank you. Thank you for sending that thought because I didn't know what it was. So again, Alka-Seltzer Plus. So again, you got to drop something in order for you to have that. You got your anger. Okay. Anger here as well. Okay. You got to deal with that because in your emotions, divine masculine. So something's not coming about and you're getting frustrated. Probably frustrated because you're tired up. But at the same time, in your emotions, you feel joy because I feel this joy of this opportunity, this aspect that can. So you understand really within yourself with divine masculine energies that you have got to come to the point that you got to become this magician. And if you see on these cards, this is my cards that I have here, you got to come up with a solution to the problem. Because you're not being in your truth, divine masculine energies. You're not going outside of the box. You're still playing by somebody else's tune because you feel like you are held responsible. That goes back, you have responsibilities that go back to the reading I did on transactional characters. You feel, you remember you're there to clear out some things, not because you're there because out of honor or you got to keep yourself tied there. That's a difference. So in the connection, the divine masculine feels that this, he wants he wants the divine feminine energies to nurture him, okay, because he's touching her breast, okay, but he wants to stay connected. He understands that in his being he's got to learn how to communicate this. We know that a lot of times divine masters are not talkers. In the 3D, some of us in the spiritual way, we don't know how to communicate that. Now, let's talk about ourselves because we talked about that earlier. Spiritually, in the divine feminine energies, and we mirroring each other, we don't know how to communicate things that we want in the spirit. Both of us have our pink on. So I got pink on my head. He's got pink on his head. So that lets me know again, we both want to, on our mind, we want to stay in bliss. Got my mind on my money and my money on my mind. Got my mind on my bliss on on my mind on bliss. So that is it. Being in the highest form. Bliss is really the ultimate when he's talking about passion. And the divine masculine understands we got one of cups, this ultimate, the ace of cups. This is what the divine masculine knows in his heart. Well, he kind of read out there earlier because we used to talk about paradise. You his anchor. You know, he feels like you are paradise to him. He's passionate about some stuff. Everything comes out very passionate when it comes to the divine masculine here. Every all of this paradise, palm tree, and passion. So this doesn't surprise me. So the divine masculine knows from head to toe he needs to be in his heart chakra. He needs to stay in his heart space. He needs to stay in his heart for this relationship to work. He understands that the divine feminine, by him doing that, he's got to stay in his bliss. But at the same time, this divine masculine has to be able to receive, and the divine feminine energy has got to be willing to do the work too. Because a lot of times we don't want to, well, it's his turn. He got to do all that because all that stuff he did to me, boo, he got to come up and show me with something. He got to show up and show out. So in order for you to have that ace of cups, understanding that the divine feminine has to also, she's holding on to him. He's got to be able to receive the love. A lot of times the divine masculine energies in the 3D, they come from hurtful situations. And it's a little hard for them to receive that. Okay. So it's both of us coming from a place of hurt, us putting forth the effort. We already been hurt before. When we put the effort, we got cut off in some ways. And so we got to be not scared to make the moves. And the divine masculine, it has got to be in a place to not be able to be scared to receive. And this is where they are. Okay. So let's get into the solution here. I had something else. Oh, interesting. Okay. Here we go. Last I wrap it up. You know how I am. I said quick and I knew that wasn't going to work. I knew that was not going to work. That is not going to work. Okay. Ooh. Okay, I split up on that one. Overall energies for union, death, and rebirth. So in order for us to be able to begin something, we got to end something. I'm interested in this, got this red on, this red hood. Anytime that I've been taught and I see hoods on or covering there, there's some deception there. And that's a deception in both energies going both ways there. So if we have a deception going on there about how we're going to create this brand new world, and it's interesting they got a forest. Some of us is not being able to see beyond the forest, beyond the trees. We not able to see that. We got to go beyond that, especially when we say, is there enough? The question is, yes, there is enough. But in order for you to see that you have enough, something has got to die. The death of how you're seeing things, the ego, the relationship that you're in that you know that's no longer suiting you. You got to be truthful about that, whether it's person, place, or thing, could be a job or whatever. You got to get up and up with yourself. You got to be upright with yourself, they're saying. That is one part. Again, how everybody is playing you, and you keep on saying because of these responsibilities, they playing you like a musical box too as well. This color red here really jumps off at me. To me, is you got to really truly get grounded and rooted. You got to get grounded and rooted. That's for the divine feminine and the divine masculine. We got to do that. So, in order for you to say, is there enough? You got to get grounded and rooted and work on that foundation as to saying, what am I grounded and rooted in? And then let everything else filtrate from there. Like they keep on showing me ripples. All this week been ripple. It starts from there and it ripples. Butterflies from there and it ripples. Butterfly wings can create changes in the atmosphere by their single flapping of their wings, and they all get together. They could change the ecosystem. Now, if a single butterfly can be able to do that, as delicate it is, but you put a power together, which lets you know it's power in numbers, it's power in togetherness, it's energy together, and you do that, then again, if you get that divine feminine, that divine masculine energies within you on board, and y'all both moving in the same directions, it's going to cause for the outside, everything, that job, that person, everything to come online to do that. Okay. I have got it this. I'm trying to see about that. So where does they want the divine feminine energies to move to? Oh, now I'm getting hot. What do you want them to move to? For the divine feminine energies, what is it? The ending, the death, not the destination, but this is like, this is where we want you to be, the conclusion for the divine feminine energies. Let's see, is that boy? Yeah, that was the way to answer it. Keeps on saying death. Death is everywhere. Death, 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 death. And she's in red. You're gonna have to take names and ask questions later. She's got skulls all on there. You want people's heads. Divine feminine, that's that spirituality. If you get that together, you see in the background here, whatever you all was back then, when you was together or whatever like that, it's going to be able to cause that to come to the forefront. But I see an hourglass here. There's a time. That's interesting. Spirit told me to get my time cards out. This death thing. And for the divine masculine, here it is. He's saying this is Ace of Cups. So this again, don't go by whatever is being shown to you on the outside about whatever this divine master is saying, because really at the heart of it, at the deep of it, he is saying in so many words, you are his ace. You are where he wants to be. But again, until he understands to stop several things, until he understands that his job, I hear you, his job is done as being a transitional character, a transformational character, right? For that, yeah, transitional character, he'll understand that the responsibilities is over, and then he'll be ready to move into this energy where he is. This is where the frustration is. It's like, when are you going to get it? You're here to change, but again, that's like my famous statement I always say, you're not here to change their minds. They're not here to change your mind. You're here to change their minds. And this is where he's got to get to the divine masculine energies within ourselves. Has got to get to that point. If we can get to that point, we're ready. Houston, we no longer have a problem. We're ready to lift off. Okay, we're clear for takeoff. But whatever's happening in this divine masculine, in this situation, whether it's a person, place, or thing in China, is divine. Again, that feeling like I got a responsibility. So that job that you want to get rid of, but I got a responsibility, I got bills, and I love this working with the children, but I don't like working with the children. I don't want to be in this job no more. I don't like the rules, I don't like the bureaucracy that's going on here, but I still got a responsibility to my family. And the spirit is like, okay, now what's it gonna be? Because you're not really being true to cause. I don't know. So you got to get to the point that you got to really feel. I mean, in between, I'm telling you stuff, lines from my own life. So you got to kind of really, you got to get to the point that you got to be truthful with that. Again, what do you want? How you want to in your divine masculine? Now that's my divine masculine tug of war that is having there. Okay. But again, if I want that, if I can get that on point, then we clear for takeoff. We ready to go. So this is, again, this is dessert at the end of the day. Okay. All right then. So now, what is it I want to, how did they want me to use these cards? Now we talk about death. Death has been all in here, in the rebirth process needs to be happening and occurring. Okay. Whoa. Okay, if you're doing that, these are my cards that I have here, the Grandma Mary's Time Oracle cards. Interesting. They said the month, in a month, and you got the 4. So what lets me know that the month of April is extremely prevalent about this death and rebirth process for this right here, for this connection. Okay. So definitely 4 is being grounded. So if you get grounded and you really truly work on yourself as far as what's going on, you're going to create, there you go, thank you for that. You're going to create this union starting off with yourself, and also can be started off with you being with your person. But they said to me, when I see this month stuff, this lets me know that whole entire month of April, which is good because it's already saturated with the energies of the go get itness, the targeting, all of that stuff. If you carry on that true Aries things, Aries knows what they want, and Aries know how they want to go about and getting it, and they make damn sure they keep on the path to make sure that it makes it happen. Talking from fellow Aries. So everything is communicated and is lined up with that. So this is what they are saying. So I would say really seize the moment, especially you saying you don't feel like it's nothing out there to help you. But again, I would say fear not. There is a lot of information and a lot of energy, planetary shifts that's helping you to be able to help that to happen. But all you got to do is to say, okay, I'm setting forth the course within myself, the intentions, that things that no longer serve me, that it is time for them to die, and to give rebirth to the things that are for my highest design. Okay, so that would be your affirmation that you need to make sure that you are aligning yourself with. I told you before in the last one about it, the eulogy, to let go and to let things die, and to again give a decree of something new. Okay, so that is the end of that one. Make sure that you go to divineUnisouls11.co so you can be able to get your admission to the Ground Zero event that we're having. The Ground Zero event that's happening on April the 4th. That's at 2 p.m. Central Time. I see Mimi got her ticket. I know my niece got her ticket. She's got her, and she done bought a friend too as well to come and see this event that's going to be free. All I ask for you to do is to go and register. Once you get the link to the event, you will be able to watch it at any time. However, you must have the link. I'm not publicly putting it on the Divine Unisouls 11.co channel. You have to go and get the link so you can be able to watch the YouTube live that way. And once you do that, you'll be able to have access to that. Those you all that have access to it, probably later on, we might be reselling the package for the Ground Zero. But we got a lot of great speakers that's coming out. Look at them. I don't need to. These are all people experts in their field. So I'm not getting somebody to just wake up today and say, oh, I just want to talk about it. These are people that definitely know about the twin flames, experienced it, and know, or either if they're not a twin flame themselves, they know they're on the road of being practicing integrity and being divine themselves. Okay, and so we also have yoga, so that's a really interesting twist. So this is our retreat that we're having on April 4th. So I invite you to be able to come if you're interested. Also, if you want the upgrade package, which is having the workbook as well, a workbook, a journal activity, and a meditation that's going to be included with that. You will get that on the day of the event as well. And then also, if you want the $5 raffle ticket, which will help you to be able to go into a drawing for that. So I'm trying to negotiate to see about is another thing, a package that we might be able to add in, but it might be Chicagoland area only for you to go to a fitness area. But definitely you will have be able to have a chance to win the following prizes, such as a King or Yoni Steam with April Williams. It's a program that she has there that takes you through the steps of clearing all of the stuff within you, body wise, ancestral wise, negative energies, all those different things, past lives. Also, Kathy D is going to do her past life regression hypno session with you too, as well. That's going to be raffled off with, and my 30-day transformational system as well. It with support is also going to be raffled off as well. So we might have another gift as well. I don't know, but I'll let you know when it comes in. So this is a lot of great things. All of these things is $100 values and up as well. So these are not little, so $5 to win a chance to walk away with that is a great thing, and it helps to make sure that we believe in you and be able to help that change in you. And we just ask it for you to again to see what chances may lie with you as getting that gift. And again, then you know that you're on the road to change, because we got three dynamic people, not just talking about myself, that's going to work with you behind you and give you that support to make sure that it does happen for you. Not wishing it happens, it will happen for you. Okay, what's happening with you? Off, 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 off with your head. Okay. Okay. No, 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 no. Now I don't want to take off. Okay, now you want to stay on there. I don't want you on there. Okay, no, no, no. Okay, so now off with the branding to the banners. Now it's just stuck. Okay, you just want to just stay. I guess okay, Cowboy Spirit wants you to make sure you're looking at it. I can't get it off the screen. So it stay right there. So as we know we're at the end there. So to make sure that you click like, share, and subscribe to this channel as well, because we got a lot of good content. Again, like things are updating and I'm changing the perspective of what we're doing on here. Thank you for rocking with me. Those that were in the Sunshine Lounge here. Thank you, Mimi. Thank you, my niece Lauren. Yeah, he frozen. Thank you as well. Oh, and my sister on here. I didn't know that. Oh my God, that's my sister Leslie. Okay, all right. And thank you, baby David, for coming on here. Thank you so very much. I didn't see you in here. Oh my God. I had the whole family was in here. Aisha. Da, 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 da. I can't stop singing every time I see her on there. Okay, all right then. All right then is what, as always, y'all can't even see me. This thing is stuck on here, and I don't know why it don't want to come on. Thank you. Somebody must have prayed for me. Thank you for praying for me to get that off, because it was stuck. So as always, stay uplifted, stay. Oh, stop. Make sure that you see the playground. I think Mimi had put it in there. The playground experience tonight, which will be at 7:30, where I have Kathy D and April Williams on here, and we're going to talk about what season are you in. Spirit brought that to me, and it had been influenced by a video that I see, and I said that's a good thing. As twin flames, what season? So we're going to go through all of the seasons, and you see which season you are, and we'll talk about the importance of spring being the season is also a reflection of what's going on within us as divines. All right, then I'm finished for real this time. As always, stay uplifted. Stay. Oh, it's 7:30. I heard somebody say, "What time is it?" 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Thank you. It's got to be let. You know what? I think that's my sister that be sending that to me, because she always be on me. They make sure I'm on straight and narrow about my stuff. She like that. She goes. She ain't tell us what time. Thank you. I felt your consciousness. Thank you, Leslie. All right. As always, stay uplifted. Stay motivated. Stay ascending. Namaste. Namago. Mwah. Love you. All right. See you tonight. All right. And I'll be talking to you real soon.